And we're live. What's going on, you guys? This is Dimension Scott back at you once again with a brand new live stream watch along here. And today, joining by me is my good friend and YouTube subscriber, Ray Lee's Movies. You want to tell everybody about yourself, Ray?
I am a movie collector. My channel is mostly centered around my movie collecting habits. I do have some watch alongs. Occasionally I do them. And I also do some gameplays on my channel as well because I like video games as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it with my channel. Very simple.
That's good. That's good to hear. And if you guys are subscribed to me, you guys know I collect physical media when I have a chance to. And I also play video games as well. I've been currently playing Resident Evil or some Tekken or some Last of Us Part 2. If you guys are into all of that, my channel is the right place for you. And if you guys haven't yet already, please go subscribe to Ray. I will have her channel in the description below. And we already got some people in the chat so far. We got Adrian James. What's up? And we have Collective Movie Man. Thank you guys for stopping by so far. And he also says hello to you, Ray.
Hello. This is the second to the last episode. This season only has 6 episodes.
We're on episode 5, so you're saying we're on the second half of
Yeah, we have. Yeah, it's if I'm reading what I was told correctly, this season only has 6 episodes.
This
so
season
next
has,
week.
I mean, like up to 8 episodes, so it's a little shorter than what season 1 was.
Oh, it has 8 episodes? Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they spent so much money on the dragon fight that they had to cut some episodes because of budget.
Collective Movement says, have you guys brought anything out Prime Day? Well, for me, no, I haven't had time. Have you, Ray?
No. Although I did buy a secondhand DVD off of Amazon, but it wasn't a part of that Prime Day. Because it was secondhand, it was out of print.
There are 3 episodes left. Exactly.
3. Yeah.
And there's 8 episodes this season. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why I thought it was 6.
All right. So whenever you're ready to start the episode, we will.
Yep, I'm ready on your go.
On my count. I need to turn my volume down some. Okay. And on my count, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right.
I did a watch along last week, and then my video got copyright. Oh, what were you doing? Do you have a watch along when it got copyright?
Did you show any of the footage? Because I know that can get you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why a lot of our watch-alongs and everything don't show any footage.
You know something? During my Last of Us Part 2, episode 4 gameplay, I allowed Ellie to play the guitar, and there was a copyright in that. So I went on YouTube Studio and muted that section.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think when it comes to music, you only have like the right to play like 3-4 seconds of it.
Oh, so it wasn't any footage. It was a House of Dragons last week.
That's interesting. Yeah, because maybe they got you on some of the music that was playing. Yeah, because they can get you on music too. If there's not anything that's interrupting it.
I think what's best is to mute your TV. If you have anything to say, go ahead and mute your TV, and maybe not have to worry about copyright. Keep your
Um,
device muted while you're watching the episode, just in case.
yeah, that's usually why we mute ours. If there's like any music or
Yeah, I think I had mine up pretty loud last week. My volume.
yeah, it probably got you on some of the music. Oh yeah, so Rainey's death and everything. Now we're seeing the after effect of that. That kind of sucked though. Rainey's was one of my favorite characters, but I knew she was gonna die anyway. But still, it sucked.
Yeah, I was watching some YouTube channels talk about that episode.
hmm
They couldn't believe how shocking it was too.
Yeah, especially the people that didn't read the book, so they didn't know that was supposed to happen. A lot of them were just completely and utterly shocked by it.
But I'm gonna be jumping between your guest's live stream and my guy that I follow, Zack Attack Reviews. He's doing a live stream, but I will be back in a little bit. Okay, cool.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, they're bringing Maylisa's head through the streets.
I'm trying to see her remains. What do you think? What's inside that cage that they're carrying?
Aegon. Yeah. According to the book, the reason why they put him in that carriage and then covered it was because they didn't want people to see him.
Is he alive?
Yeah, they wanted to keep him hidden from the public. Something popped up on my screen. I was taking it down.
It's a custom message.
Give it a choice.
Nice to see you back.
Belch for anything lying.
Cool. Welcome back.
Came here to raise swords, not corpses.
Okay.
I usually try to give it a second watch before the next episode too. Damon does kind of have a point though, because Damon didn't kill them because he wants to recruit them. I kind of agree with that. Same here. Yeah, I think it's good to get in the second watch before the next episode, just in case we miss anything. That can't go well. Damon just told that man to do your worst against his enemy. Yeah, that never goes well in war.
Is this your first time watching Game of Thrones universe? Well, I've seen Game of Thrones before, and now we're watching this. So, do you consider that your first time, Bray?
This would be your first time watching season 2, but I don't know. I've seen Game of Thrones maybe about twice, and I've seen House of the Dragon season 1 about twice too.
Yeah, so did I.
But yeah, this would be our first time watching this season.
And I have tried to go back and watch seasons of Game of Thrones before this show started, and which I have, but with time and subscription time, I couldn't finish it all though. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But I did rewatch season 1 of House of Dragons leading into this.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and I always try to do a second watch of every episode before we do our next video. So I guess you could say I've been watching season 2 each episode at least twice.
Sure, we would love to have you on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you follow me on Instagram. Yeah, the next episode will be on my channel, so yeah, maybe we can get you on here. Yeah, it's just keep in touch with me and we can figure something out.
Yeah, we watch these episodes on Tuesdays, so you gotta make sure you have your own time free. Work it out.
Yeah. So we always do it Tuesdays around 9:30 Eastern time. That's my time. So yeah, we can work something out if you want to get on here with us, for sure.
There was peace. All whispers tear down stone. Do not underestimate yourself.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no need for it to be your first time. I've already read the books, so I already have a general idea of what happens. Scott is the only one that's really going into this blind. So yeah, if you want to watch the episode beforehand, yeah, go right ahead. So we missed a little bit of that conversation, but it looks like Rhaenyra is going to send in a person to start rumors, to turn the people to her side because of the ill omen of the dragon. Oh, looks like we have another comment.
Now is the small one.
Oh,
Oh, we
okay.
read that.
Finest swords.
That's going to go over well. Locking the people in the castle or in the King's Landing. Yeah, that's going to go well. They're going to have freaking riots. Those people were trying to leave the city.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so we're going to get some Ace doing, Jace, that's his name. Jace doing some diplomacy. Let's see how he does. That kind of sounds like a suicide run. She's sending this man to talk to Damon. I don't think that's going to turn out well. Especially since Damon's already stated that he has clear intentions to move against Rhaenyra.
Sounds like someone's trying to make somebody do all the dirty work.
Yeah. Rhaenyra's really trying to find out if Damon's on her side, and I don't think he's really on her side. Not from this. He's trying to raise his own army. Well, that went poorly. He just lost all of those people's allegiances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that worked out well.
So,
All right.
all right. So, what do you want to recap on this episode, and how would you rate this episode from 1 to 10?
Rating wise, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10. It's about average. But this is kind of like, trying to bring down the hype from the last episode, so I didn't expect a whole lot to happen in this episode. But we did get a very big major thing in this episode, and that was the last scene we just watched, where Jace was like, hey, a lot of families have our blood, the dragon blood. So, what we need to do is we need to find these people and we need to put them on dragons. That is where the dragon seed part of the book comes in, where they find people who are not Targaryens that have Targaryen dragon blood, and then they put them on dragons. Because Rhaenyra actually has quite a few dragons that don't have riders. And that's where she gets her big, massive dragon army from in the book, is that she finds riders who are not Targaryens to ride these dragons and help her fight the war. So that was a big major thing. We also got a little bit of Daemon's plan. So Daemon actually wants to take over as king. He wants to fight the war in his own name, ascend as king, and he's going to offer Rhaenyra a place by his side. But he really does not want Rhaenyra to be queen. He wants to be king and ruler. So we did kind of get that aspect that he's kind of conspiracy. What's that word? I can't say the word. Conspiracizing against Rhaenyra in that aspect. We also saw his mother in one of his weird hallucinations, which was strange.
Yeah, I meant to ask that.
Yeah, because I was like, wait a minute, who's this lady? And then when she goes, "You were always my favorite son," I was like, oh. I was like, okay.
That was another vision all along, huh?
Yeah, it was a vision. Yeah. But yeah, those are the two major things that stuck out in this episode. Daemon is conspiracizing against Rhaenyra. We are learning that they're going to start enlisting dragon seeds into the war. And I guess Aemon taking over for Aegon, but I mean, that was kind of a give me. I mean, even if you didn't read the book, you could have guessed that Aemon did what he did to become like the Prince Regent or the King Regent to rule in Aegon's stead. But yeah, those are the major things that stuck out to me. What about you?
Okay, now this is definitely our aftermath episode from last week. So I had a feeling that this episode was going to slow things down from what happened last episode, and take some time to watch our characters with their aftermath from last week's episode, from the Dragon Brutal fight, and well, I'm gonna give this episode a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's about average. Yeah, because there's not a whole lot of action in this. This one's heavy dialogue heavy,
Of course,
but it is bringing in aspects of the book, so that's always good. I was wondering when they were going to bring in the dragon seeds, so we're probably going to see the dragon seeds next episode, because I'm going to assume they're going to look through their family history and they're going to start enlisting dragon riders.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, even though Melis was her biggest dragon, Melis is not technically her biggest dragon. Melis was her biggest dragon who had a rider, but there is that other dragon. He was in season 1. There was like a little scene with him where I'm sure you can remember it. There was like this big dragon. It was sleeping, and Damon walked up to it and he started singing to it. That big, massive dragon lives under Dragonstone, so that's actually Rhaenyra's biggest dragon. His name is Vermithor. I think it's Vermithor, or also known as the brass something brass. But yeah, he's massive. He's really big. He's not as big as Vagar, but close. And he does get a rider in the book. His rider is a dragon seed by the name of, I think his name was Hugh. So yeah, we might be seeing some dragon seeds becoming dragon riders in the next episode. That's probably going to be the biggest point of next episode. I have to theorize because of the whole dragon seed thing.
Okay. Before we wrap this episode up, I want to ask you this. Most reviewers will get into positive and mixes and negatives about what they talk about, like in movies and television. So what is it that you want to say that's probably negative about this episode?
I can't necessarily say there's a negative about this episode other than I'm sure all these visions Damon's going to be getting are going to lead somewhere. But as of right now, they're probably my least interested thing, which is, curious because Damon is actually like my current favorite character right now. So you think I'd be interested in what he's seeing, but I find it less interesting because it's more on the magical side of Game of Thrones, which is not very magical. But I do have a problem with this season as like a whole. And that biggest issue I have is the downplaying of Aegon. Because last episode was a big showcase of like how they downplayed Aegon so bad. They're making him seem weak. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's basically a bad king. He doesn't have anything going on for him. He's, they're like, just shut up and stand in the background, And in the book, he was very, very, very in tuned in what was going on with the war. Like I said in the book, that whole Rook's Rest battle, he was a part of that plan and getting that plan together to slay one of Rhaenyra's dragons. And, to just throw him out and make it seem like he actually ruined the plan. He showed up out of nowhere when he wasn't supposed to be there. I don't really like it when shows and movies like downplay or make characters look bad. And I guess that's one of my biggest issues about this season. They're making Aegon seem very plain and stupid, when in all reality, he wasn't.
Oh.
So that would probably be my biggest issue. Because you saw what they did to Aegon in the last episode. Telling him to shut up, stay back, don't do anything stupid. When, nah, that's not how he was. And I think they needed to show Aegon respect. And they just, I don't know, they're not doing it. And they're giving Rhaenyra a lot to do, when in reality, Rhaenyra didn't do a whole lot. In the books, Rhaenyra didn't do much. In the books, Rhaenyra sat back and didn't do much. So it's kind of like they have it reversed. It should be Rhaenyra who's sitting back not doing much, and Aegon should be the one that's more in tune with the fight. So they kind of got that flopped.
Oh, so it's like the producers or writers, directors thought it'd be great to allow Rhaenyra to shine more in this adaptation, huh?
Yeah, kind of like the same thing they did with Dany in the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they glorify Dany in the show when in reality Dany wasn't much of anything in the book. I mean, a lot of people viewed her as like a Christ figure in the books, but in the books Dany wasn't as smart or as in tuned as she was in the show, you know. So it's like they're glorifying Rhaenyra a little bit, which I wouldn't have a problem with. I mean, it's better than have her sitting back and doing nothing. But I think they really should have given Aegon that same treatment, you know? Don't let him sit back and do nothing, you know? Like, especially when Aegon was the one who flew into battle and actually fought alongside his men, and Rhaenyra didn't. So it's like, nah, they should have done Aegon the same courtesy. I don't know. That'd be my biggest gripe about this season. Because Aegon's not going to do much now. Because after that fall, even in the book, he doesn't do much now. It's all Alicent and Aemond who make all the decisions now. So it's like that was Aegon's time to shine, and they took it from him.
So, any theories on Aegon's fate?
Well, I know what happens with Aegon in the book, and they might go that route with the show, so I don't know if I want to spoil anything. But what do you think is going to go on with Aegon?
Well, one, I think he's still alive from this episode. That's all I'm going to think.
Yeah, he is still alive. He's very wounded, very disfigured, burned.
You know, yeah. I think it's cool because if you're burnt on one side, you're a badass.
Yeah. Aegon does make I will say in the book, at this point in time in the books and in the show, he's not going to do much because he's injured. But he does make a huge comeback later. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell you what he does or anything. But if they keep true to the source material, he's going to have a huge comeback in the end.
Well, then we'll wait and see.
Yeah, and maybe that's when they'll give him his glory because, they really took away his glory from the last episode. So, I'm not one who likes Aegon. I don't like Aegon, but I don't like that they belittled his character like that in the last episode. So that's my biggest gripe. Other than that, I'm pretty much enjoying it. I do like that Rhaenyra is doing more, but I don't like how Rhaenyra is doing more of like what Aegon did in the book and then take that from Aegon.
I see that.
Yeah. Yeah, because Rhaenyra, Rhaenyra wasn't much of a queen in the book. Let's say that. They're definitely boosting her up and making her look bigger and better in this show than she was in the book. So, yeah. I wonder if, because they're making her seem like such a good, holy character, they're kind of glorifying her like they did with Dany. She can do no wrong. I wonder if they will show her evil side from the book. Because when this war starts, Rhaenyra does some evil shit. And I wonder if they're really going to showcase any of that and actually make Rhaenyra slide down in everybody's mind that, wow, she's this good person. Oh my God, she did that? So, I mean, the book is a history book and it is, clearly biased. So the people who wrote that about Rhaenyra were people who didn't like Rhaenyra. So, I mean, it is take it with a grain of salt of the evil that Rhaenyra did, but I wonder if they do showcase any of that.
Oh wow, that better be insane.
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of interesting because it's a history book, and because it's so biased, these people are like, oh, Rhaenyra was so horrible, she was awful. Look at all these lists of crimes she did during the war. But then this side was like, no, Rhaenyra was actually very kind, very nice, very thoughtful. So it's like you had those two arguments in the book, and it's like, will they showcase any of the alleged evil deeds that she did? You know, maybe bring her back down from like this Dany complex they gave her. So, well, I mean, they did it with Dany. I mean, they did turn Dany into a villain at the end of Game of Thrones. So maybe they could do it with Rhaenyra. If they execute it right, they execute it right, you know. Yeah, with Dany, I thought it was pretty bad. They didn't do it right, but they could still do it pretty well with Rhaenyra if they do it right. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to see where they go with this.
Okay. Well, I think I'm ready to wrap it up. If you're ready to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is going to be it for our live stream watch along tonight. Thank you guys so much, Adrian, James, and especially you, Collector Movie Man, for stopping by. We'll probably see you in our next watch along, but on Ray's channel. So if you guys haven't yet already, be sure to give this a thumbs up, and then we will see you guys next week on Ray's channel. We will be watching episode 6. Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you guys later. Peace out. Good night.
Have a good night.